everybody. It's part four of the do's and don'ts of buying a home. We're going to start with do number 4. Do read your mortgage disclosures, get your paperwork ready, and save more than you think you'll need. So when you go for the loan, you're going to get that loan estimate disclosure. It's the paperwork that you get from the mortgage company that gives you an estimate of what they think costs are going to be, right? The interest rate, it'll tell you potential adjustments, things like that, but it is the estimate. Be sure to read them very carefully, keep them handy, ask questions if you have questions, but you want to keep it because 3 days before you sign off on your mortgage, you sign the loan paperwork, you're going to get a closing disclosure, which will give you the actual costs that the money you're going to need to bring to the table to close the loan. So you want to compare those two documents to each other. Just see if anything looks a little, out of place or that you have questions about. So you just want to keep both of those documents and compare them. Lenders, right? They need to know everything about your financial situation. When you're applying for a mortgage, everything, it's going to be reviewed with a fine-tooth comb, and everything has to be verified. Everything must be documented, from your income to your assets to your down payment, the closing costs, like they verify everything. The important paperwork that you're going to need, of course, your lender will tell you this, but just so you keep it in the back of your mind and don't throw any of these things away, right? Recent pay stubs, your checking account information, banking, could be brokerage account information if you have that, maybe even possibly tax returns. So just be sure you're saving all this really important paperwork. And speaking of saving, of course, you also need to save money, right? You need that down payment. Now, there are some loans, like a USDA or a VA loan, that actually don't require a down payment. You could get the loan with 0 down. But if you're going, say, up to conventional financing, you're going to need 10, maybe even 20%, depends on the lender. If you are putting down that 20%, of course, you'll avoid the PMI, which is a really good thing. You won't have to pay that. Insurance could save you hundreds of dollars. So just, you just want to keep that in mind. How much are you wanting to save? And then make sure you have that. But on top of saving for the down payment, everybody thinks down payment, but there are other costs as well. What about the closing costs? That can total up to 3% of the home's purchase price. So it, depending on the price of the home that you're going for, it can be thousands of dollars. Also the homeowner's insurance, that first year, you have to put that in there as well. Funding for property taxes, also known as escrow, right? That needs to be in there. If you've had any interruption in income, you might possibly even need to have a couple months worth of mortgage payments saved up in your bank that you have to reserve and keep there. You can't use that for a down payment. So, that is good to know as well. And maybe you need to make deposits on like utilities or cable or, any of those types of things. Again, just more money. And lastly, I actually just suggest setting aside a little bit of money for home maintenance, for things that might pop up, things you aren't expecting. When my husband and I moved into this house, we actually had to replace the toilet right away. So just, you never know what's going to happen. If you've used all of your cash and just given it all away, then you're trying to scramble and, maybe come up with something, and you don't want to be in that position. Okay, don't number 4. Don't expect your real estate agent to know what you want if you don't know what you want. Pause for dramatic effect, right? It will be impossible to find what you want if you don't know what you want. So which features are important to you? Literally, sit down, make a list. What things do I think I can't live without? Make this huge list, you, your spouse, your significant other, whoever's going to be living with you and making this decision, right? Make the list. My suggestion, once you've made the list though, now split that into 2 things. Split it into needs, split it into wants. Definitely a difference between those 2 things, right? What do you need, absolutely need in a house, and then what would be really nice to have? Okay, let's be honest. You probably aren't going to find any homes that have every single thing, sorry for the cat, that have every single thing on your checklist checked off in the house. It's a really important step to know what things you really need versus want. You may want a jacuzzi tub, but you really need that 2-car garage. So the more you narrow it down, the better for everyone involved in the search, and the happier you're going to be once you find it. So thank you so much for watching me and my cat Dante. Look for part 5 in a couple of days. I'm Dana Weis with eXp Realty, and remember, make the wise choice.